Yippee-ki-yay, melon farmer.
Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker. And as you can see, I've got some gloves on here. And no, it's not a romantic evening in prison. I just thought in the spirit of some of those other watch channels that are out there, those hoity-toity watch channels with the gloves on, I guess, you know what? They don't want to smudge their watches, and that's all the power to them. So I decided I'd put on these little bit of rubber gloves. By the way, just throw a little shout out to the old Costco. That's where I get these. By the way, I like having these a box of these in the house. This is just kind of a little offside thing here. I like having a box of these in the house because if I'm doing some cooking and I hate getting food on my hands. You know, a big tough guy who hunted and fished and had my hands in a deer up to my elbows and guts. I hate having food on my hands. And so I like use these to cook. If I'm doing a painting project, if I'm doing some dyeing of knife scales, they're so simple. I mean, it's 14 bucks for a pack of 150, I do believe. And just a great deal, just a smoking deal, because I used to sell these things and they're not like, I don't think these are grease level where you're going to be, out there changing, the head gasket in your Volkswagen and not tear a bunch of these up. I don't think I would use these if I was a serious mechanic, but they're good to have around the house. And I just want to throw that out there. Okay, as you can see, I'm not wearing a watch. Normally what's on my wrist is this here, this Apple 7. Love this watch. I was, like the iPhone originally, I was really resistant to getting a smartwatch because I thought the screen was too small and yada, yada, yada. But I really, really dig this watch. This is an excellent, excellent watch. I love the fact that you can change the faces. I love that it measures so much of my body stuff. That's awesome. This is another watch that I have here. This one here happens to be a Nava timer, I do believe. It's a Citizen Eco Drive, and it's supposed to not need a battery at all. Just it works by solar. There's a little bit of solar panels inside there. I love this watch. I love the look at it. I just found these little tiny dials are just too small for my eyes once I got older, and I kind of stopped wearing it. But I kind of had this as my dress watch for a little bit, and I used this at work. I shouldn't have. I should have got, because I used this at work for quite some time and reaching in bolt bins and stuff like that, checking bolts. I scratched the face up a little bit, and hence I ended up getting one of these here, a Casio Royale is what they call it. I'm not sure. I don't remember the actual number on but this is a Casio Royale. It's just a great little EDC watch. It was cheap as hell. It was 15 bucks, and so I ended up using this. And this is my second one. The first one I had was like silver colored, was the chrome colored, and I beat the hell out of it. And I got a second one just in case I was ever doing some work where I didn't want to beat the hell out of my iWatch or my Citizen Eco Drive. And this thing here is awesome. But I'm sure you know what? I don't remember this off the top of my head, because I'm not a watch guy. But if you remember this, put it in the comments. I know there's one poster that will put it in the comments for sure. Just if you remember it, put it in there. And then when you do put it in there, make sure you give yourself a self-administered pat in the back, because I love information. And if you can give it to me, I appreciate it so much, brother. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to have a look at this. This one here happens to be an Olto-8. We'll get that out of the way here. We'll get my 3 watches out of the way. I am not a massive watch collector. And so what I ended up doing is I did a trade. I traded a Chavez Rendition 229 for this. And I just decided I wanted to have a dress watch. And this one here fit the bill. And I just thought it was really, really cool. This happens to be an Olto-8 Infinity 1. Or just the Infinity, I suppose. Let's see if I open it right side. Oh, I did not. Here we go. There we go. And man, oh man, I lived to watch some reviews on this watch, and I am super impressed with this. Man, I ended up getting this from Pure Later yesterday because of the Canada Post strike. And I did a trade with a fellow by the name of Jared Bush, and he is a monster YouTuber. I mean, he's got 276,000 subscribers. He's a tech guy. I'm going to leave his address in the description, and you guys can check him out, because I watched some of his videos, and he is a He said golden throated genius. I really like the way the guy's voice sounded. It's, you know what? It made me want to bring out my kick ass microphone and start making some radio voice ads again. But he's a smooth guy, and I really enjoy watching his videos. And he gave me, I think, you know what, we did a great deal, great trade, 2 winners in that one. So, anyways, I'm not going to go over a whole bunch of details on this, other than it's a self-winding automatic. It's designed to have, I guess, 120 degrees face, and I guess the Olto-8 motto is 8 hours sleep, 8 hours play, 8 hours work, I guess. And so your life is broken up into 8 hours. And so this 8 hours here is your 8 hours of time. It's kind of a, I guess, what do they call it here? It's industrial artwork that catch the attention of any watch lover and tasteful person, inspired by the dashboard of a racing car, which I can say that it does. You know, the old racing car, or the old dashboards, they had the speedometer that went like that. They weren't all digital, folks out there. Yeah, you know, phones used to have this rotary thing too as well. And there used to be these big black discs called records that you drop a needle on. That's where that drop the needle comes from. But self-winding watch. Oh, I love the look of this back in here. Man, it's quite a heavy thing. I was really surprised at actually how heavy this watch is, especially compared to this iPhone or this iWatch. Wow, this is like probably twice or three times the weight of that. Like it's really going to be something a little bit different, I think, to carry on my wrist. Now, I really like, you know, it comes with two quick release straps, and you can see here that just basically the pins are in there, and you just kind of pull that back, and you kind of drop it in there, you pull this back, and then it locks in. Just a neat little system. I don't remember that at all. From all my watches used to have those little pins that you'd have to get a tiny flat head screwdriver and pry it apart, and it would go flying all over someplace in the room. You spend half an hour trying to find it. If you ever did find it, it was a nightmare. But you've got yourself a let's see, like kind of a natural leather band, and then you've got yourself a black kind of alligator leather band, and it seems to be kind of the consensus is everybody seems to really like the look of this leather band on there. So I think I'll try this one here now. Jared looked at this, and he gave it a little bit of a scratch here, so it's a little bit scratched up. So I mean, no big deal. It's going to get a little bit worn because I'm going to wear it too as well. But I just think this is a fantastic, beautiful watch. I mean, it's stainless steel. I'm not sure how they anodize it, but man, oh man. And they talk about, you know, having, you know, hidden lugs and all this kind of stuff, and you know what, the automatic watch winding movement. So I'm not sure if you can hear this. Doesn't make any noise whatsoever. So it says to kind of wind it about 15, 20 times, and then give it a movement, and you can see the movement thing starts to move. And then I'm not sure if you can see here. Let's stand up. Can you see that second hand moving here right in the dead center? So yeah, so what do they say here? So the first, let's just see here. I'm looking online because I'm not super familiar with this, but I do believe like the top one is your minutes, and no, that's your hours. No, that's your minutes. I don't even know. And then your bottom one is your hours. So, and then you got your seconds. I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll have to set the proper time on it. And then, you know what? We'll have a quick look at it. I'll set the time. I'll put it on my wrist. You tell me what you think. And I think I'm going to go for this one here. And once I get this put on, we'll have a look at it, how it looks on my wrist. And then we'll wear it for a week or so. And then we'll come back at you, and I'll tell you what this is all about. Okay, we're back here, and what do you think here so far? Here, let's just have a look at that. I have got, I decided to go with this one because it has been worn, and I've got 8-inch wrists, and I gotta say that it fits a little bit. I mean, I had to kind of snug it up because it is kind of a little bit of a heavy thing, and it was kind of sliding a little bit, and I just figured, well, let's tighten up like this. And we'll find out how it works. I imagine this might stretch just a smidge here too, as well as after wearing it for quite some time. But yeah, let's see how this goes. over the next little bit. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to leave some comments there in the old comment section, as well as share, like, and subscribe. Appreciate it so much. Please stay safe out there. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.